This is it, the week we've been waiting for when it comes to the stimulus package. Also, some other metrics we need to watch this week as they're going to be very important and influential. All of that plus more in this video. Let's get right into it. But if you haven't done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video so I can keep you updated each and every day with all this information that is changing very rapidly. I do all this research, I boil it all down into these short videos and deliver it to you a couple times each and every day so you can stay tuned with everything going on, and ultimately we can get as much money and benefits as we possibly can out of these multi-trillion-dollar stimulus packages and everything else that is changing out there during this time. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Subscribe down below and let's get into this right away. All right, so first off, Congress will be back in session this week after taking the entire week off for the Thanksgiving Day vacation. So it's nice that they're finally back, and their top focus is going to be this stimulus package. As Chuck Schumer has mentioned, he wants to get this package completely done and over with and passed by the time that they want to leave once again for the Christmas holiday. Now, according to some reports and lawmakers out there, some people in Congress are actually saying, yeah, we'll be lucky if we get out of here by the end of the year. They might anticipate actually working through the holidays and possibly even into the new year on this stimulus package. But is that for sure? No, honestly, we have no clue on this thing. The reason I say that is because it hasn't happened yet. Now, here's the thing. They're going to be working on the stimulus package, and that is their top priority between now and Christmas. Well, that's a few weeks away, but we also do know at the same time that Congress is notorious for wasting time, right? So we'll have to watch this very closely and see what actually happens here over the coming weeks as they work very, very slowly on this, but this is their top priority, however. Now, as I've mentioned in previous videos, the package is currently in the Senate right now as it passed through the House almost 2 weeks ago already, right? So we're pushing on 2 weeks now, and it's already passed through the House. However, the Senate bill is likely going to be very, very different than the House bill. Therefore, it'll likely need to go back to the House for another pass before it can potentially make its way to the president's desk for a signature, turning it into law. However, at the same time, Chuck Schumer and the senators on the Democratic side are still waiting for further clarification out of the Senate parliamentarian. Remember, this person is like the referee of the bill, right? She comes out, she's a nonpartisan person. She comes out and says, hey, the reconciliation bill looks good, but we need to revise it a little bit and take out this, and this because it's not it's not in accordance with the Senate parliamentarian rules. Now, again, we don't know quite yet what that's going to be because we have not heard from her. However, as Chuck Schumer has indicated, as soon as we get further guidance from her, they're going to be bringing it to the floor and opening this package up for debate. Now, could that happen this week? Yeah, it could happen this week. Could it happen next week? Yeah, it could happen next week. Could it happen in 3 weeks? Honestly, it could. We don't know when. That's why I'm saying you've got to watch this stuff very closely. And don't worry, I'll continue watching it for you and bringing those updates. But this is going to be an interesting process playing out here because they're kind of down to the wire here, right? They've kind of got their backs against the wall when it comes to the holidays coming up, and they want to get out of there. I mean, let's be real. Congress wants to get out of town, right? They want to go back home. They don't want to be there. They don't want to do this. They want to get it done. Wham, bam, get it done and get it out of here so that they can jump on their planes and go back home and, do whatever they do in their place. I have no clue. Honestly, I don't even want to know what they do, right? But they want to get this thing done just as much as we, the people, want them to get it done as quickly as possible, right? Kind of sick of them dragging their feet. And actually, they've been working on this thing since the original announcement way back in April from the president. So we've been working on this thing for what, 7 months now? Yeah, a long time, right? It's been a long time coming. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us, but yet it looks like we could be coming to a close here on this thing in a matter of just maybe a week, maybe 2, maybe 3. Honestly, we don't really know yet. But as soon as we get further information out of the Senate parliamentarian, it looks like it's going to be all game on going forward. But this week alone will be another very, very busy week as Congress will be there, and who knows what they're going to be saying. All right, so there's a couple other metrics that I want to mention that we need to watch this week that are also going to be very important and influential when it comes to this stimulus package and realistically everything else that's going on out there right now. So I know that a number of you don't watch the financial markets, like the stock market, things like this. However, it's something that we need to pay attention to. The reason I say that, just a few days ago on Friday, it was a half day of trading. It was a shortened day because of the holiday, everything like that. So it was a shortened day, and the market saw the biggest drop so far this year. So a little bit over 2%, depending on which indices you were looking at. We're looking at anywhere between about 2%, 2.5%, maybe even 3% across the indices. So this was the biggest drop for the entire year, and it happened on a half day of trading. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of uncertainty going on out there right now, and this is why the market is being a little bit scared of everything going on and kind of dropping. Now, we need to watch the market very closely this week, because if it continues this downward trajectory, it's not going to be a good situation, right? Now, here's the thing. Remember early back in 2020, what happened first? We first got word of the coronavirus. Remember this whole thing? It was all like brand new to us back then. It seems so weird that back in March of last year, it was all brand new to us still, right? Well, what happened then? We got word of this virus potentially coming around. The market said, I'm out of here. It did a U-turn and it just hit the floor, right? That thing went straight down for about 3 weeks straight, and it went down a lot, right? Like about 50% in some instances with some indices. So we've got to watch this very closely, because this year, I've said this so many times in previous videos, this year is playing out weirdly similar to last year. So we've got to watch this very closely. And to see that a half a day of trading already dropped the market by the biggest percentage move lower for the entire year, that's a little bit of a red flag right there, and we've got to watch this, especially going into this week, now that the markets will be opened back up right away tomorrow morning. So yeah, right? We've got to watch this stuff very closely, because it's all intercorrelated. It's all correlated very closely. And if the market hits the floor again, like it did last year, you better believe they're going to pull out the dozers and start plowing cash into the market like they always do every single time. They plow money out there to prop this whole thing back up. So, and again, that may mean stimulus checks once again. Now think of this. Back in 2008, the last time the market really dropped off a cliff, remember that? They issued stimulus checks back then. There was no virus back then. There was none of this stuff. It was literally just the market rolling over and going into a recession. Well, what did they do? They sent out stimulus checks. So my point is, you don't need to have a virus just to get stimulus checks. This time it happened to be revolving around the COVID virus, things like that. But we don't need a virus just to get stimulus checks, right? It's pretty much everything that goes on in this country is all revolving around the stock market. I mean, I think all of us are pretty aware of that at this point, right? So that's one metric we need to watch closely this week. Again, you don't need to watch it. I'll watch it for you. I watch all this stuff very closely. I have all kinds of things that I watch literally all day long, from the time that I wake up, literally until I fall asleep at night. I'm watching stuff very closely. So next, the other metric that we want to watch closely this week also is the new COVID variant, Omicron. Again, I've seen it pronounced a number of different ways, but I'm going with Omicron. Okay, so this one we need to watch closely as well, because this was just announced on Thanksgiving just a few days ago. Well, as we watch this thing come out here, just as so far today, I've already seen a number of different countries that are saying, it's here too, right? So Australia has come out as well saying, it's here. So it's only a matter of time until the United States sees it as well. Now again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not saying this to instill fear in anybody. I'm simply saying, this is what's coming, and doctors have already approved, confirmed this. Even Dr. Fauci has been out saying it's pretty much coming here. There's pretty much no way to stop it, right? It's pretty much coming here. We just don't know the severity of anything yet. And this is what's causing a lot of uncertainty right now, is this new variant, and doctors and researchers don't really know a whole lot about it. And that's what's causing a lot of uncertainty. We don't really know how transmissible is it. How severe are the effects of it? Is the vaccine? Is it actually going to help people? Is it actually going to protect people against it? Again, there's so many questions right now, and there's a lot of unanswered questions. So it's causing a lot of uncertainty, which ultimately is rolling back to many other things that are going on right now, including the markets, and it all flows back to the stimulus package. Because here's the thing. If we get ourselves into a little bit of a pickle like we did in early 2020, guess what? Maybe the package gets ramped up and they say, hey, we need stimulus immediately. Let's jack a bunch of things into the package and let's get it passed right away, right? So that's why this whole thing's on the table right now. And it could get some major revisions here over the coming days and the next couple of weeks before they actually get it passed. So that's why I'm saying they've got this book opened up right now, the book being the stimulus package. and it's pretty much willing and able to take anything that we throw into it, including checks, if they just so happen to do that. And based on what the market's doing, based on what this new variant's doing, you honestly never know, right? That is what spurred the first round of stimulus packages, was the virus, the market rolling over. Well, does anything seem weirdly similar to you right now than what we were seeing early back in 2020? I don't know. Seems very similar to me. The pictures that are being painted, everything that we're seeing play out right now seems very weirdly similar. But again, what do I know? I'm just a guy on YouTube, right? I don't know. So anyway, this is what we have going on this week. It's going to be a very busy one, but don't worry, no need to do the research yourself. That's why I'm here. I do all the reading on this stuff. I boil it all down into these short videos and deliver them to you as quickly as possible because I want to be respectful of your time, but I do want to make sure that you're staying tuned with everything going on right now because ultimately all of this stuff does impact us, whether it's directly or indirectly. It's all going to impact us to some degree, right? So that's why we got to know what's coming down the tracks and what's in it for us, right? What is in the package for us? What can we grab out of it? And how could we possibly be impacted with everything else going on? So thanks again for being part of this community. I really do appreciate it. Please remember, I'm here as your one and only daily advocate every single day to truly help you out in any way that I can. It's a tough time right now. I get it. I see all the comments down below. I read a lot of comments every single day. And I see all the sad stories of everybody struggling right now. It is not fair. I'm right here with you, you know? I'm right here with you. I'm right by your side. So please, thank you so much for your support. Subscribe down below. Share this video or any others here on the channel with your friends, family, and social media. Yeah, stay tuned. I'll be here for you each and every day. So enjoy your day. Subscribe, share the videos. Go back and check out some of the other videos here on the channel. And I'll catch you again later in the next